Welcome to PIGTID, Places I Go, Things I Do. Today we're going to attempt to put a Class 2 hitch on our 2018 Nissan Rogue so we can pull our little teardrop camping trailer, which I'll show you later. Alright, so there's the Class 2 hitch that we're going to put on with the 5 bolts arranged in a nice star pattern just for fun. And I'm going to put them on the 2018 Nissan Rogue. I put mine up on ramps. It says you can do it without doing that, but I didn't want to be shimmying back and forth underneath it. Also, this is not an instructional video. I'm just showing you what I did and how I did it. Alright. And you're going to need an 18 and 19 millimeter socket or wrench. I don't know if the wrenches will work or the sockets. I got to try once I get in there. A couple flathead screwdrivers and a Phillips screwdriver. The instructions say it takes 15 minutes, to which I laugh. Anyway, if you enjoy the video, go ahead and like and subscribe. And maybe even if you don't like the video, go ahead and hit like. What's it going to matter to you, right? Alright. And one more tool I forgot to mention. You are going to need El Torco Wrencho. So, when we get all done. Alright, so underneath here you got 3 bolts on each side, but we're only changing out 5 of them. You've got to first remove these plastic plates, and they've got these little holders. I would take 2 screwdrivers, 2 flatheads. Gives you a little more prying action. Alright, so anyway, slide one of them under if you can, and enjoy the dirt in your face. And take the other, and then pry that out gently. You don't want to break the snaps that are on it, if you can avoid it. And there you go. So after you have this one out on the side, there is a sneaky little one right here that we have to get out, as well as one up here, which takes a Phillips, and I'd keep some downward pressure on that as you pull it out, just to kind of slip it out. You're not going to unscrew the screw out of it, you're just going to loosen the screw and then gently pull down. Okay, so we are all unhooked and we're ready to come down out of there, and that's what you've got. So we should be able to get to those bolts easier. Okay, so on the passenger side, you're taking 2 bolts out, and you're going to take out this tow hook, and it does not get reinstalled once you have the hitch in there. And to change what I just said, there are 2 more bolts on the tow hook that we have to take out. Okay, and we used the 18 millimeter socket on these. And Mr. Tow Hook is out. So those are the pieces that you're going to have out if you've done it correctly. And I've already used my 15 minutes. So, and have I mentioned that I really don't like climbing under cars? Okay, now we're on the driver's side, and we get to take that same piece of plastic out because our bolt holes are right up in there. Beautiful. Have I mentioned I don't like climbing under cars? I don't think I have yet. I will again, trust me. Alright, and that's the piece that comes out of the driver's side. Leave and mark it left hand. I guess that's what the H is for. And this one they even mark right hand for dummies like me that might get them mixed up. Okay, for the new bolts, we are going to need the 19 millimeter, and for the hitch, the instructions say to put the center bolt on the driver's side in first. So we're going to shoot for that right there. Alright, so there's the finished product on the passenger side. We have 2 bolts on this side and 3 on the driver's side. And one thing I noticed, especially on the driver's side, as I was snugging the bolts down, it would seem like you had one tight, and you would check one of the other 2, and it would have loosened up significantly it takes a long time to get these all snug the way they should be. Also, we put this up. I had my wife help me hold the hitch. We put this up just by holding it and lifting it. You may want to put jack stands under this and do it that way. It might be a little bit easier. Also, to get around the exhaust on the other side, they do have these hangers which you can just pull this off, but we got around it just fine without having to pull those off, but it does give you more room. I'll show you that on the other side. So the only real issue we had on the driver's side was getting past this exhaust pipe, but you can lift it up over. There's plenty of room. You don't have to take these off. If you do take these off, then you have an issue later on when you're trying to put that back on. They have left a little cut out there, so they obviously know that you're going to slip that back on. We did not take this off. It went up just fine without doing that. Have I mentioned how much I don't like working under cars? Just checking. Couldn't remember if I showed you the 3 bolts on the driver's side, but there they are. Like I say, we had to work around this pipe. It's not that big a deal. You can do it. I think it's easier than taking these hangers off, because that just seems like it'd be a chore. Alright, last step for installing the hitch. You're going to need your torque wrench. All through this you'll probably need a couple extensions for your ratchet. Definitely use them when you're doing the torque wrench. You're going to have to get inventive to get around the muffler with the torque wrench. And if you haven't ever used a torque wrench, which I don't know why you would do this project if you never had, but there's nothing magical about them. You just simply set your foot-pounds where you want to have it. On this case it's 76. You can see the 6 right there, and we're off the 70 mark. And then you just tighten it down until it clicks. And when it clicks once, let go, it'll click again. Don't keep clicking it. That's all you need right there. Okay, another little hint. When you're doing a piece that has the screw in it, before you put it back in, you want to get the screw down as far as you can. Don't take it completely out. I don't think it'll come all the way out. Squeeze those a little bit because they need to go up inside and catch, and then you screw the screw in. If you try and do it any other way, you're going to have a lot of headache. How do I know this? I just tried it. So when you're putting these back in, the easiest way is to pop this piece out. You may have to bend those tabs back a little bit there, but don't break them. And then put this piece in first, and then put the pin in. And there it is, your Class 2 hitch put on with all the plastic put back the way it's supposed to be. No bloody fingers, no busted knuckles, very little cursing. And now I'll show you the trailer. So all that effort was so that we could pull this little honey behind the Nissan Rogue. Got a door in the very back. I'm not walking all the way back there. Obstacle course. Just big enough to sleep 2 people. Should be fun. Alright. I think that hitch makes this car look really hot. No, not really.